National Turkey Federation. Humbert Tunce's secret. Buddy, Thanksgiving is coming up. This wonderful holiday is a rare opportunity to see family after months of hard work. But for me, it's not just a holiday, it's a reminder of a glaring injustice. It's all the fault of the National Turkey Federation, an organization that delivers Thanksgiving poultry from their farm for you to pardon. Over the years of observation, I have come to the conclusion that the NTF is a front. They've used their position as the nation's premier turkey supplier to dodge taxes and use the money they save to fund terrorists. If that's their headquarters, then I agree. Because that looks scary. Help me expose these turkeys, buddy. I need someone slick, convincing enough to get into Tunce's house and find the evidence. Oh, I got the perfect guy for you. His name's Conrad. Someone slick, eh? I don't know who else I should send. Persuasion? Maybe Clint? Buddy, every year NFI raises 400,000 turkeys for slaughter and brings in about 4 million. You see where this is going? NFI head Humbert Tunce has a red SUV that is parked in his garage most of the year. And then, just before Thanksgiving, Tunce takes his car out and drives it all around morning to night. And there's an airport near his mansion. You see what I'm getting at? Not really. I'm not seeing it, Tony. That's all right, buddy. Not everybody has experience in the force like I do. Let me explain. Somehow, with the volume of sales, the earnings are barely registering. Tunce obviously has an underground turkey factory, and he's making all the money from it tax-free. So I got the blueprint of his house, and there's a huge underground level. Let me remind you, the color of the car is red, just like the Turkish flag. That means all those unpaid taxes are going straight into the treasury of you-know-what state. The money is handed over in cash to the Turkish ambassador on the eve of the holiday right at the airport. By my calculations, the Turks are skimming at least 2 million a year. They're using the money to rebuild the Ottoman Empire, and someday they're planning to conquer America. What more do I have to show you for you to believe me? Honey, as I hope you can see, Tony is in serious distress. Ellie, I'm standing right here. And it's not just me, it's all of America. One of this country's greatest symbols is being used in a dirty terrorist scheme. I've always heard that there's one surefire way to help delusional patients when they're having an episode. You need to give Tony some hard evidence, so he can see that all this bullshit is indeed just bullshit. Ellie, don't talk like I'm not here. I'll bet you anything I'm right. Stop it, both of you. We have to work together. On real problems, not... Okay, I'll shut up. So, Ellie, what do you want to bet? I'll tell you what. If I'm right, you wear that pretty dress you called Greetings from Whoretown to the next reception. What? If you're right, I'll give you the pen I used to sign orders in my office. Tony's drunk again. If you're right... no, how about this? If I'm right, you stop distracting my husband from his work. I could lose my mind in this madhouse, and no one would even notice. I've got things to do. You boys have fun. I hope you don't get in trouble with Ellie because of me, buddy. So are we going in? All right, I gotta follow through on this. Break into Tunce's house, put the tenant's face down, and search the place. Search the house disguised as a policeman. Stop Tunce's car. Reminds me of Tunce's the cat. Was that the name of the cat? car in the middle of the road and see if he has any money. Study the financial reports of the Federation. Meet with Tunz and discuss the financing of the Ottoman Empire. Well, this is free, so let's see. Mr. President, I downloaded the documents from the Federation's website and drew up a notarized report. It shows that the documents of this organization are in perfect order. Every bird carcass has been accounted for. Buddy, before you watch the news, I'd better tell you myself. Anyway, when your guys told me that they didn't find anything, I got a little upset. Stared at my investigation board all night, had a couple of drinks, and just before dawn I found myself hanging on the fence of that scoundrel Tunz, and he called the cops. Chief Bridges, God bless him, quickly hushed up the situation, but a picture of me hanging on the fence of that crazy turkey baster went viral. I suspect Ellie will be very angry, and you didn't talk me out of it, and the dress will be thrown away. What the fuck? Minus 9.6. What was Vice President Estaba doing that night on the fence of a man who raises turkeys for the White House? This is all a complete misunderstanding and has nothing to do with underground turkey raising and terrorism. The Vice President himself commented on the incident. No comment. That's all you have to say. Grazina Kowalski, professor of landscape design, says, Sir, last year we decorated your headquarters in New York. It was an impressive display, wasn't it? Maybe now you'll trust me to decorate the White House. I called the concept The Sweet Life of Mr. President. Sure. It's the turkey. It's Sarah Turner, representative of the Society for the Protection of Animals. Mr. President, it's too bad the government still can't stop the industrial machine of killing animals for meat. Did you know that even pardoned Thanksgiving turkeys are being killed? This is just coming around full circle now. I suggest this year we dilute the hypocritical show with sincere charity and open a shelter where rescued turkeys can spend their lives in peace. Would you be willing to donate some money for that? Sure. Fergus Bright, trade attaché, says, Mr. President, on Black Friday, 2 families fought to the death over a 70% off game console. The fight moved to the grocery department, where they used salami sticks and 2-pound wheels of Parmesan. It's a good thing everyone survived this year, Mr. President. For the safety of the people, I propose to ban Black Friday discounts above 30% to reduce the rush. Wouldn't you agree? No. Oh, good God. What a ridiculous situation. I don't even know what to do next. Reunite a family. Help a father finally meet his imprisoned son. Deal with the head of things. Let's do promote the escort service. Titia Pero. Mr. President, I'm the owner of the best escort service in DC. A friend of yours who's a regular gave me your contact information. Sorry I can't say who. Confidentiality at all. I have an idea who that might be. So your friend told me you're looking for forged diplomatic passports. Just so happens I am currently looking for new customers. It would raise our profile if politicians regularly visited or used our services. And they do pay well. Surely there's many ways you can tell your congressmen and senators about Auntie Tithia's house. Could one of your people launch an advertising campaign to promote my establishment? If you help me grow my client base, I'll work my magic for you. I can get you passports for any country, and at a discount rate too. So do you have the right person for me? I would say Alta. Be perfect for that. Hey, plus 0.5%. Sir, I decorated the columns with red ribbons. And now they look like huge lollipops. I hung donut-shaped toys on the Christmas tree and tinsel on the fence to resemble sweet icing. I was afraid to use animals, so I put a dressed-up Santa at the entrance, who gives everyone a sweet gift. I'm sure the press appreciated these gifts. They just love freebies. Oh, wow. Mr. President, now that's a frightening story. A pregnant woman was almost trampled to death in the Department for Infants. Journalists immediately recalled sales accidents in recent years and blamed the retail chains for greed and the authorities for the low standard of living. Come on, people would go fucking crazy if I made a law like that. But we get it back, plus 0.4%. Mr. President, your charity spirit knows no bounds. The White House turkeys went straight to their new home. They have spacious aviaries, diet food, and Mozart symphonies before bedtime. True broiler turkeys don't live more than a year, but I'd give a lot for a year of this life myself. Okay, not bad. We're kind of breaking even. So I think we want to wait on that other event to do this, right? Because it's world travel. We don't want to be detected. So we'll do that next time. Let's reunite a family. Alexei Ruzak, former business partner. Old friend, I think you know that my youngest son has also been in cramped solitary confinement for almost a year now. Now, Thanksgiving is coming up. Igor is a hothead, sure, but he grew up in the United States and has always loved American holidays. I tried to get my son out, at least for the evening, but my lawyers, it would not work. Well, with my lawyers, it would not work. It's another matter if a competent person from the president comes along. He remembers some precedent, gives a surety slip, says something to the prison administration. I'll thank you in good conscience. I never screw my partners, even former ones. This sounds like a job for Clint. So I guess that's it. Help a mayor hold talks to the factory owner. Let's take a look at this. Maybe we could do this too. Jesse Principe, mayor of Rossville. Mr. President, I am on the brink of becoming the mayor of a ghost town. The man who owns Rossville's only factory, Butch Durkin, is about to start outsourcing production to India. He says it's cheaper and the insurance premiums are easier to swallow. While each of those premiums is a living person with a life and a family. We're talking about 10,000 jobs. Butch somehow found out we were discussing a tax hike at the town hall. And the old lunatic swore he'd make all of Rossville regret it. We tried explaining it was just a hypothetical proposal, but he just won't listen. Old boy's always had a short fuse, and he may still reconsider. But he won't let any of my staff within a mile of his place. Could you send someone to have a chat with him? Successful talks would make you a hero for our town and for all of America. Jerry? Behind the scenes negotiations, connections from people in power. Or Conrad? Persuasion? Seems like the right guy for the job. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, I should see how Sasha is in these positions. Your ratings gains after events are increased by 1/3. Or just 1.5 at the end of every month. Team members' actions increase stress by 1. Team members are paid 20% more. That's not good. All team members lose 1 stress point at the end of every month. Team members are paid 50% more. I lose 100,000. I might want to switch him up. What was Jerry again? Did I get someone else? Did I check out Joe? I'm fine with how things are going. Stayed, you know. We went up a little bit. It's good. We're kind of steady stating, which is good. Gradually going down in cash, though. Into December 2021. It's currently the beginning of January 2022. 6.7, okay. Sir, I'm not even going to tell you how unsuccessful you were in creating your own social network. The people you sent are completely clueless. I'm sorry, but we just wasted our money. Shit. Mr. President, I knew my girls were drop-dead gorgeous, but seeing them in hot America was like a pipe dream come true. The magazine decided to start a centerfold section called Hot Politics, where one of them will be featured every week. Even a single issue was enough to bring in a wave of new patrons, and we're only picking up steam. Okay, that's good. Honey, thanks to Tatiana, you can now send employees on undercover trips abroad. Yaha! Tatiana Perro Escort, a passport forgery company disguised as an escort service, offers documents that let your subordinates enter any country in the world. We'll receive passports next month. And it's for 3 months. Okay. Okay. Old friend. Thanks to you, Igor was released. Clint skillfully spoke to the prison administration's. Clint skillfully spoke the prison administration's teeth. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. However, I never got to see my son. He decided that a couple of hours of freedom would not be enough for him, and slipped away from the convoy. This is the true American spirit of freedom. Every major media outlet is now reporting on my son's disappearance, and the president's alleged involvement in it. Just don't be angry about it. You will receive the donation soon. Thanks for the attempt, Mr. President, but Conrad's visit to Rossville was a waste of time. Only the most experienced mediator could hope to change the mind of a recalcitrant fossil like Dirk. I thought he was gonna, like, torture him or something. Okay, I don't know what to expect for this month, so let's skip it again. We're doing fine on cash. Mr. President, we've been through a lot together, and I wanted to ask if you could give me a little increase in my monthly salary. I'd like $470,400. Mr. President, thank you very much. Now I really feel like an irreplaceable part of the team. I'm gonna have to start cutting back on salary soon. Joanna says, does the president disapprove of the popular uprising in Russia? The administration's actions are becoming increasingly inconsistent with America's international image. Berta says, a strange accident took place at Berkeley. The brake hose in a new car failed, causing the death of the driver. Other tire tracks at the scene of the accident and elsewhere have the authorities convinced she was being followed. Publicly, California officials are blaming the dangerous winter roads, but locals are whispering stories of a vengeful spirit haunting Highway 15. Archie saying, President believes Congress are his personal subjects. They are to support his every whim. I'm going to prove him wrong. I am working diligently for the sake of this. America will never bow before the White House killer. Timur Pitlev, President of Russia. Hello, Mr. President. The criminal regime in Russia is no more. We got rid of Gruzev's toxic rule. Now Russia and America can restore their friendly relations. Hope to see you in the Kremlin, my dear friend. Here's that Russian accent. Nailed it! Buddy! Know what Rickles came up with? He offered the right to give the first lecture at his university to the greatest living US president. Kinda sorta implying that wouldn't necessarily be you. I'm not gonna let this slide. Darling, I scouted the first promising candidate in New York. The race in that state begins early. There's a young politician hoping to displace a woman in her later years. So he started campaigning long before the primaries. Buddy, you may have noticed that the cost of our friend's services has gone up. That's not surprising because of the goddamn establishment. Inflation is on the rise, and with it, prices are going up. Just deal with it. I haven't even used the service yet. Which service? What? Whoa, brand new car. Searching for candidates in New York in progress. Distinguished lecturer, pick a speechwriter. Help the Guatemalan leader. Okay. Where the hell do I even start? Well, brand new Czar. I guess. The acting president of Russia has invited you to the Kremlin for a chat. Oh, it's bright. How good is it to see the master of the White House in the home of the master of Russia. I am sure we will accomplish a great many things together. I think I'm doing like a half Russian, half like Dracula voice. Certainly more than our predecessors did. My greatest hope is that the people of Russia and America will truly become brothers. That obsolete autocrat who used to run the country, I've already forgotten his name. He tried his best to spoil relations between our two countries, but now his reign has come to an end. Tell me, when we talk to the press, can I give you a friendly hug for the cameras? We better not. People might misunderstand us. It's too bad you're not ready for that, Mr. President. A picture of our embrace would go down in history. What a joy it is to talk to an American president who knows more than just the language of threats. How do we begin our friendship? By helping each other, of course. Let us resolve all differences and build bridges. There is too much to do, but first, I would like to settle an old conflict. This new era in our relations may end all too quickly if I cannot hold on to the presidency. I am surrounded by too many skeptics, too many angry old diehards who think that our friendship between our countries will do us no good. I must prove as quickly as possible that my progressive policies are paying off. Your predecessor put sanctions on the companies building the Tuna 1 oil pipeline, and construction has stalled. I ask that you lift those sanctions by presidential decree. Such a gesture would mark the beginning of a great friendship. Great friendship, what do you mean? I'm talking about our immense gratitude, me personally and all of my partners. Perhaps there is something you desire in return? My predecessor would never show any flexibility for democracy, but I look at you and I think we can agree on anything. I'm ready to send observers to your next presidential election. Thank you, Mr. President, but we have plenty of our own. I assure you, the new Russia will be the model for a new type of democracy. I even have a rough outline for making it happen. No freedom for freedom's foes. Mr. President, something along those lines. Will you put an end to the cyber attacks against the United States? Will you support the old mutual disarmament treaty? This is something that's more concrete. This is really hard to like pin down, cyber attacks. Let's go with the disarmament treaty. Of course, Mr. President, we hold all our agreements sacred. Oh, but why are we always talking business? I wanted to ask you something. What is your impression of the next president of Russia? Russia doesn't deserve you. Let's be flattery. And now we have exhausted all the important matters. It is time to say goodbye. My people will contact you soon. They will explain my proposal in more detail. Goodbye. I feel like I've been wasting my time. All the best to you, my friend. I hope to see you again soon. Buddy, our candidate in Chicago is such a piece of work, Ellie might as well give up right now. But it'll be more fun if I win with a lopsided score, won't it? So don't tell her how far ahead I am just yet. Darling, when I left for New York, I was counting on the younger candidate Bobby Gates, but failed to find a common ground with his campaign headquarters. On the bright side, his chief opponent, old woman Humphrey, is open to cooperation. I wonder if we can help her. Mark Gawatsky, head of the American Firefighters and Rescue Union, says, Mr. President, Ohio supermarkets have received a shipment of defective lights from China. They flash beautifully, but after a few hours, the lights start to spark. Realized it too late. 3 houses had already burned down, and I'm afraid to imagine how many will burn on New Year's Eve. To protect people from fires, I propose to ban New Year's Eve lights on private homes across the state. That's what I told the governor, but he's worried about his ratings and doesn't want to ruin people's holidays. The only hope is with you. What do you say, sir? Lights out? Why would they blame us if things burn down? I'm concerned about ratings too. I think we're willing to give up, let a few houses burn down just to, to save a few rating points, right? Vernon Chuchley, chairman at Mr. President's fan club. Mr. President, at the end of the year, analysts updated the data on the number of poor people in the country. I hasten to share a sad statistic. 20 million of our citizens cannot even buy a good goose for the holidays. Christmas is a time of miracles, so let's give people a miracle. For example, let's hold a charity event for the poorest 0.01% of the population at the expense of your foundation. How about a holiday cheer for those who can't buy their own goose? Sure, we got it like cash. Honey, last year Tony gave expensive underwear to 10 White House staffers. And he also told each one, let it be our secret from Santa. We miraculously avoided charges of harassment. This year I propose we ban everyone from having Secret Santa at the White House. What do you think? Yes. Secret Santas never work out. There's always someone that buys some super inappropriate gift. Harry Roth, CEO at Socks and Box. Mr. President, imagine the picture. The night before Christmas, the fire crackling in the red room fireplace, and over it, cozy socks made 100% from recycled materials. With such eco-friendly beauty as a backdrop, it would make a wonderful family photo that the media would be proud to publish. And by the way, Santa Claus likes to leave his gifts in socks. And especially in socks in a box. So we hang a couple of our socks over your fireplace. Yeah! Highway Provocation. Ellie. Darling, I had a lovely chat with my chauffeur earlier this morning. He's a nice guy from Berkeley, California. He was telling me about the southern roads that never get damaged by ice in winter and other irrelevant stuff like that. But cut himself short and added it's best not to go there now, and then suddenly burst into tears. Through the heart-wrenching sobs, I pieced together that one of his relatives had fallen victim to the maniac out there on Route 15. He comes out at night and causes horrible traffic accidents. They speculate he's claimed dozens of lives already, but the police won't say all the accidents were caused by the same person. I felt so sorry for the guy I decided to help. I'd like to call Ethan Crane, the California police chief, and ask him to poke the Berkeley cops on your behalf. Hope you don't mind. Do not get involved. Your chauffeur is just a fan of urban legends. He was telling me about the southern roads that never get damaged by ice in winter and other irrelevant stuff like that. I was going to say they don't get ice in California. Right? Anyways. Don't get involved. Your chauffeur is just a fan of urban legends. You're probably right. Our country has too many maniacs to single one out. Besides, it is the job for local authorities, and yet I wonder how many more people will die at the killer's hands. Okay. Distinguished lecturer. Who gets to lecture at Arkville, you or Face? Create a statue. I want to create a statue. All of our people are available. Giovanni Dorno, president of the Sculptors Guild of New York. Sir, your fans from New York City got the mayor to sign all the paperwork required to install a small statue of you in Central Park. I was recruited to provide my creative skills, but I only sculpt using life models. See, a flat picture simply cannot properly convey the intricacies of shape and texture. I know you're a busy man and posing for a whole month is out of the question, but perhaps you could send someone to stand in for you and provide the physique for the statue. A well-built specimen not averse to enduring such a painstaking process. I need someone with your greatest qualities for inspiration. Conrad? I guess we don't really know what we look like, right? A well-built specimen not averse to enduring such a painstaking process. Let's send Conrad. Why not? Honey, I was afraid, but when we banned Secret Santa, the staff would be outraged. But everyone seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. I know! No one likes Secret Santas at work. You want to have Secret Santas with friends. Well, I know you could be friends with people at work too, but like, you want it to be like, not a necessary thing. You know, you want it to be like a fun thing. Several female staffers even admitted to me that picking out gifts for colleagues was an unnecessary hassle before the holidays. It seems we unknowingly gave our team the best Christmas present ever. Yeah, more cash. Mr. President, have you seen your family photo on the sand spread? I'm sure all of America was admiring your beautiful eco-friendly family in front of our socks. I hope you're as pleased with Santa's gift as I was with the pre-Christmas sales boom. 1.5 mil and a 0.1% ratings bump.